Today, I will demonstrate my competency with the following standard. For Net C2H, coach teachers in and model effective use of technology tools and resources to systematically collect and analyze student achievement data, interpret results, and communicate findings to improve instructional practice and maximize student learning. Evidence will include my IRB, PowerPoint critiques, and my literature review. Before I could complete my IRB, I had to first come up with tangible objectives, something that was actually measurable in order for me to collect data. So through various um, titles, I finally settled with the levels of use of strategies for representation, engagement, and expression within secondary educators, implementation of curriculum. So after coming up with a tangible topic, I had to utilize the library in order to find literature for it. So I started off with databases used for education and found. So I searched results pertaining to the Universal Design for Learning, UDL, and I would browse through the articles, wanted to keep them at least 3 years or younger, and to see if they would help support the topic that I had chosen. So after finding a few articles to help build my literature review and to help build my understanding for the topic, I then went on to create article critiques. So with that, I would select an article, read the article. I would talk about what the article was about, what type of methodology was used, what were the results, and how was the information important to the research that I was beginning. I would go on to create 3 article critiques, but there were many other articles that I read because I still needed to have enough information to put into my literature review within my IRB. And I'm going to show you this right here. So all of this information was gathered through research using the local libraries, databases. All of it is pertaining to universal design for learning, the different principles, barriers that are within it, even the shortfalls of there not being a lot of data or resources out there pertaining to brick and mortar schools in regards to secondary education, but there were tons of articles regarding post secondary education. Also, I created a PowerPoint to help me better present my information. So the purpose of my study again was to examine different levels of how teachers, what strategies they use for engagement, representation, and expression within their curriculum. It is my understanding that most teachers use certain parts of universal design for learning strategies in their classrooms, but they're not aware of the multitude of strategies that there are. One of the identified problems that I found was the lack of awareness in it of UDL for secondary teachers. My research questions which will be I can actually measure and gauge when I did this through the source of a Google survey that was sent out. Now, my independent variable for my research is secondary educators. The dependent variable, the variable that would change depending on what is affecting it, would be the usage or implementation of UDL principles. The mediating slash modifying variables are the variables that contain the criteria that will have the direct impact on the dependent variable. For secondary educators, that would include prior knowledge of UDL strategies, professional development for implementation of UDL strategies, as well as educational classes and even research.